Sports Day is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore
Sports
your
Day
future and
in
get started
3,
now. Visit
2,
gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
I think he really sees the game like a point guard, a guy that can really distribute the football. He's a lot bigger guy than anyone realizes.
There's a saying in football, right? Protection beats coverage every time. If you can protect for Patrick Mahomes, he's going to pick you apart. It doesn't matter. The great ones, that's what they're going to do.
I saw a lot of improvements from our young, inexperienced line. We've lost 2 starting offensive linemen already for the season, and that makes it, difficult, especially with a new group.
Again, I go back to personal confidence, confidence in the unit, confidence in the system, confidence from coach to player, player to coach. A little bit different energy in the building. There's different energy maybe outside with it.
So they're super athletic. They run to the football well. They have players in the back end that have a whole bunch of experience, safety-wise, corner-wise. They have a young front four, but I think they played really well in the first 2 games too.
Harper blasts it deep left center field. On the run, Blade to the track. He looks up and it is gone. Bryce Harper with his 100th home run as a Philly. And we start over 1-1.
And the drive to right field, and on the run out there, Thompson won't get it. It's gone. Just snuck over the fence. A line drive home run by Corbin Carroll, and it's 2-0 Diamondbacks. That ball got out of here in a hurry.
Well, he eliminated me from the playoffs, so I'm sure he's like floating around there like he's the king. Well, it's collusion. He eliminated me to get his son-in-law in. Straight collusion.
Yeah. Wine. Welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM, the talk of the town, coming to you live from the Mayo Money Management Studio at 12th and Baker in Great Bend. Steve Webster with you, Mike Corson in-house today. Good to see you, sir. And yeah.
It's not good to see me, I guess.
I see you all morning. Mike Hesher.
That's true. Good point.
The voice of Trading Post, all here. Boys, thanks for I was coming back from Wichita yesterday. Got to listen to all the show. Fine job. Great interview with Jeremy Rusco. You did it good with Gurr.
Thank you.
Another Panther prowl with Lyles Lashley.
I heard a clip at the end. What was he talking about?
Well, it's...
We'll go through those.
Yeah, we'll go through them. What, are you trying to sweep me along here?
Wow, it's glad to have Webby back.
Yeah. On the show today, Great Bend Panthers taking on Buhler tomorrow at Memorial Stadium. And Erin Beck's going to be in, head coach of the Panthers. We'll talk about that matchup, the game with Hayes. Also, safety Skyler McMullen will be in studio today as well as we get you your Panther football fix. How about getting a Mustang football? Macksville. They've got a big game with Kinsley tomorrow. Macksville 2-0, Kinsley 1-1. Kyle Bright, head coach of the Mustangs, will be with us on the show today. And our Panther prowl, Chuy Lorera, with us, talking Great Bend Panther soccer.
Finally get some results. They were busy at the Wichita Titan Classic, so we finally get to talk about that.
All coming up here on the Panther Prowl. Let's get to our sounds the past 24 hours or so. Chargers coach Brandon Staley talking about the virtues of Patrick Mahomes. He was being nice. He's got a pretty good quarterback himself, Justin Herbert. They play tonight at Arrowhead Stadium. Jeff Saturday, ESPN, talking about the revamped Kansas City Chief offensive line. I don't know if it's revamped. They've just got guys back for another year. And the Chargers, they have Bosa on the outside, Khalil Mack. Mack had three sacks against the Raiders on Sunday, saying if you protect Patrick Mahomes, it's not going to be any problem. Chiefs, Chargers tonight. I will start with Dr. Doom. Your feelings on tonight's matchup?
Oh, wow. Well, I thought about this, and with my 10-7 record, I actually do think the Chargers will win tonight. So, there you go.
Scoff.
Why?
Well, the Chiefs have had...
Because you picked them to go 10-7.
No, the Chiefs, they've had trouble with Herbert, correct? I mean, he played that first game when they first faced him, when he started, who was it that got this incision in the stomach or something? and he almost beat him that game. They have had trouble with Herbert. So, I just, and the Arrowhead magic will disappear tonight.
There's been Arrowhead magic, not necessarily more in recent years. Being a longtime Chief fan, I remember a lot of Arrowhead magic that never was magic.
I remember sitting in the stands with 45,000 other people when they weren't very good.
You had good seats, though.
Well, yeah, and you would not have to get season tickets. You just got them the weekend before. Okay.
Or walk up.
Or walk up, yes. We weren't that smart.
Mike Corson, your thoughts on tonight's game?
Yeah, that Chargers line might be interesting. Chiefs proved in week 1 that their offense isn't going to slow down, so unless you can do something specifically to stop it, put your money on red.
Protect Patrick Mahomes.
Bosa and Khalil Mack. That's,
Khalil Mack's overrated. He was a Chicago Bear for years. That's what's your pedigree?
But isn't this where Mahomes comes in? He's not a drop back passer. He moves. He throws sidearm. He throws behind his back, left-handed.
This is a big game right here. It's second week of the season, but everybody's, they're jumping on Denver. Okay. We've got the Raiders going to be so much better. The Chargers, they're the team. And the Chiefs have stepped back. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. I think tonight will tell some early details.
Correct.
I think it helps that it's in Kansas City. Like I think I said a couple weeks ago, the home games are going to be important. The division's supposed to be close, so maybe it will be the home team. Well, tonight, that's Kansas City.
We talked about this earlier. Are the Chiefs going to go for 2 every time? Harrison Butker is out tonight. Matt Amendola, he's 13 of 19 on field goal attempts in his career. With the Panthers, the Jets, and Houston, that's a little bit over 4 field goal attempts per team.
I was going to say, he didn't last long, did he? Wow.
Or Justin Reed. That doesn't give you a good feeling line. Butker could get in range, and he could hit one from 54 or 55. I don't know. That's a big concern.
I'm guessing the extra points won't be a problem. They may go for it more 4th and 3 at the 42 or something as opposed to a long field goal attempt. It would be my summation of that. But what do I know?
Well, don't you, if it's 4th and 5, don't you settle for a 64-yard field goal?
He regretted that already. We had that discussion yesterday. But
Steve Warner, he is the veteran head coach of the Bueller Crusaders, who come to town tomorrow night. 10-2 last year. Okay, their last 13 games, they are 10-0 against everyone else not named Andover Central. No, it'd be more than that, because they lost to Circle last week too. 3 of those 4 losses have been to Andover Central, included in the first game this year. They got hit hard by Graduation last year, especially on the offensive line, and they've had some injuries already this season, and Warner was talking about those. They've already lost a couple, but, man, they lost some. Sam Elliott was a stud. Bradley Neal, their quarterback. Bo Van Bruggen, I think he's playing at Fort Hays now.
Yeah, you see the 0-2 record. It's rare for Bueller. You get a little optimistic. The Great Bend's 0-2. Both of them have played pretty good teams. Hays is ranked now, so one of these times Great Bend will come out on top. Might as well be this one.
Let's get it started, and Erin Beck will be in studio coming up. Skyler McMullen also. Okay, your other matchups in the WAC tomorrow. This is Manhattan at Hays. Manhattan, the new number 1 in 6A. The other 2 that were previous 2 weeks have gone down.
I will be there.
You've seen Hays play twice.
Evidently, I'm the Hays beat writer.
Okay.
But yeah, that's not a whole lot of area games that looked really good, so heading back up to Hays to see some 2-0 squads go at it.
Think Hays High can get them?
I haven't looked at Manhattan yet.
Okay, well, you haven't done your scouting report yet. I understand that. Okay. Wichita South at Dodge City, Garden City, Wichita West, Topeka High at Liberal. Central Kansas League, Hoisington at Lions tomorrow night. Larned at Smoky Valley. This is a big game for Larned. Tad Remy on the show. They get this one, and then you're looking down the next 3 games. Very winnable contest. This is an evenly matched game, I think, coming in. Smoky Valley, I would say, would be the favorite, according to the dumpster right now. Be a good one for Larned to get.
It's still hard to tell with Larned. We still don't know exactly how good Pratt was, but I think they're pretty good. And then I think Larned was heavily favored against Lions, so what are they going to do against a team of their own caliber?
Yeah, well, okay, the first 2 games, they are a -13 in points, and that's with a 67-0 loss. So you can tell they came back pretty good last week.
That's pretty good.
Some big spreads.
Beating Lions 54-0. The Tribe on Hits 106.9 tomorrow night. The Cardinals on 100.7 Eagle Country, and Great Bend Panther football on B104.3 The Point. Other CKL games: Pratt at Halstead, Heston at Hillsboro, the Battle of the Mennonites, and Haven will take on Nickerson in Nickerson. Ellenwood falling at home last week, 14-0. You go to Stanton County, traditionally a pretty good program, but they're off to an 0-2 start. An intriguing game for me. Does Russell upset Smith Center?
Didn't Smith Center get beat last week?
Smith Center, I don't think they're as good as they have been.
No, I don't think so either.
And Russell seems to be maybe on the rise. So,
but that doesn't seem right, does it?
I would still put my money on Smith Center, but just out of habit. I mean, because, you got to win, you got to beat them to prove it, right?
Have you posted those odds on the dumpster yet?
I have not put those on the dumpster, no.
That's an operations manager. That's your deal. So that'll be interesting. Is Russell real? Ellsworth, they're 1-1. Taking on Sacred Heart. 8-man games. Lacrosse at Central Plains. Otis Bison at St. John.
I've had 2 people tell me, no disrespect to Otis Bison, but they're not sure they're going to score this year.
St. John gave Ness City a very strong battle last week. Macksville, we were talking with Kyle Bright coming out here on the show. They're 2-0, taking on a Kinsley team that was blown out in the first week by Victoria. They blew out their opponent last week, but they were missing some players in week 1. We'll get a breakdown on that game. Stafford at Central Christian, 2-0 against 0-2. Victoria at Ness City, battle between 2 2-0 teams. Spearville at Hodgman County. Spearville 0-2. It's been a while since they've been 0-2. And the Longhorns are 1-1. They had to take on Meade last week. And your 6-man action, Hesh. Chase at Cunningham.
All right. Now that's at Cunningham? Shoot.
Oh, the Wildcats.
Okay.
Cunningham's ranked.
They do a pretty cool thing. They walk from the high school down to the field. Now, I don't know if they still do it now. They may take their cars. Back in my day, they had a few more kids in school. They'd walk all the way from the high school through the neighborhoods. Yeah.
2 miles in the snow?
Yeah, fans would be out on their front porch rooting them on. I don't know if they still do it, playing 6-man. Tesket is at Pawnee Heights. Okay, Lance Leipold. Confidence has changed in Lawrence. They're 2-0. Do they get 3-0? Ooh, they play at Houston. You ready to kick the football on them? Last time they started 2-0, they lost their next 10 games. and Turner Gill was out the door. And, of course, that started the Charlie Weiss era.
Oh, boy.
Did you see the headlines yesterday that Nostra Webster, they said KU coach being considered, his name's getting tossed around for the Nebraska job?
No.
Well, so was K-State's coach.
I was just saying it was actually official.
He's not going anywhere. No. They asked him about it. He said, thanks for asking. I don't want to talk about it.
Same with every other coach.
Dollars?
Head coach Deuce Vaughn. He can do it all. Do you hear him breaking down Tulane? He's going to be a coach someday. So articulate, saying all the right things. Yeah, they look pretty fast. Tulane's 2-0. K-State, they don't want to get, looking past Tulane, the Green Wave. They have Oklahoma in Norman a week from Saturday. Other Big 12 games this week. Texas State at Baylor. Oklahoma at Nebraska. Does that bring up memories of the old Big 8 days? Townsend. Did they drop the state, or are there 2 Townsend schools?
I think they dropped their state.
Okay, I always thought it was Townsend State.
It was.
They're at West Virginia. West Virginia looking for their first win of the season. Ohio at Iowa State. Arkansas Pine Bluff at Oklahoma State. Texas Tech at North Carolina State. And Texas San Antonio is at Texas. All right, couple home run calls last night. Both happened to be Iuka Hustlers. I can't believe it. Corbin Carroll hitting a home run right on the bottom of the second inning.
Iuka Hustlers.
Yeah. They're not even playing this week.
I was going to say, did you start the playoffs yet?
No, we hit a scrimmage, man. Okay. That's how many people are coming. Oh, and Bryce Harper hit one, too. Tuning up for the playoffs next week. In our final cut, Lyles Lashley of the Dighton Diggers, whose team went down to Iuka 9-3, knocking him out of the playoffs, and then he started...
He's trash talking you now.
My win got my son-in-law the Paradise Punch-Outs into the playoffs.
I had to look up collusion in the dictionary. Lashley uses big words.
Well, he does. He's an educated fella from Louisiana, man. You can't beat those guys, can you? Let's see. Barton Volleyball finally got to play at home. Nothing like opening the season with 13 straight on the road. They swept Pratt in 3 straight sets, getting their first conference win. They're 12-2 overall, 1-2 in the league. They'll play defending Region 6 champion Butler next week. Barton Soccer, both teams ranked, 12th ranked Cougar men beating 3rd ranked Cali yesterday by the score of 1-0. 13th ranked Barton women over 12th ranked Cali by the score of 5-3. You want a Royal score?
No.
I saw Hester at the dumpster the other day. I think he's doing multiple bets on it. He called the sweep. He almost called the no-hitter. What were the odds on that?
Yeah, but he parlayed it into a deal with the Nationals, and then he got burned on that. Royals lost 4-0. So they'll be.
How many hits did they get last night?
I don't
Okay.
know. I just kind of briefly. I got the score. That's all I needed right there. Okay, and this one I had it just for you because I knew this meant a lot to you. Nike released the United States World Cup jerseys today, including a mostly white design for home matches that was criticized in advance by a pair of American players and some fans. The home jerseys have red and white stripes on each sleeve. We just as angry as you all, forward Tim Way wrote last month after a version of the home jersey was posted online. Give me the latest, Mike Corson.
It can't be any worse than what we've been wearing the last few years. You said I have to go for the U.S. all the time. Sometimes I just go off their kits. They're not uniforms. And then we had the red, and I don't even know what you would call them.
Why don't we set a stay? Why don't we just wear tank tops?
Because you got to
give us a basketball look.
Wipe your head with all those miles. You would think Nike could come up with a really solid marketing campaign, and they have not yet with U.S. soccer.
Okay. And a new survey shows nearly 1 in 5 U.S. adults bet money on sports over the last year. Report from the Pew Research Center shows that 19% of adults surveyed said they'd bet on sports. I don't even know how you do that.
The apps, I've kind of figured out if they're going to give you a free $200, I'm just going to use each app, bet one on each team, and then I'll take the 200 and run.
And they've just, the city's gone through the back alley, too, so that road's nice and smooth on the way to the dumpster if you want to place your bets there. So it's all right there in front of you. It's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Erin Beck over here listening intently on all this. Skyler, I hope you didn't listen to anything.
He's got his Chiefs shirt on, does the coach. He's ready.
All right. We will talk Great Bend Panther football and more coming up after this.
One of the great advantages about online classes is you can take them anywhere. I would sit in my room, still in my robe from waking up, and I just try to focus on my classes. From Barton, I kind of took a range of classes from accounting, history, and I took PE1 and PE2 through Barton. They transferred pretty incredible. It helped save money, and it helped save some time, too. Just to think that you can live really anywhere and take these classes, I think it's pretty cool.
Summer is here and we're bringing the heat. At Nextech Wireless, you can get an iPhone SE 3rd Gen or the Samsung A53 on us. Or if you're looking for a little more, you can also get up to $529 off any other device, including the Samsung S22 Ultra or the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Come visit us at a location near you or call or text at 877-621-2600 for more information. Nextech Wireless. We are Kansas.
Come see what's new at Northview. We have something for you, like trees and shrubs and the plants that you love, perennials, annuals, and daffodil bulbs. And as the seasons changing, we're always rearranging. You never know just what you're gonna find, but you'll see a miracle every time. Just take 281 North to come see what's new at Northview.
Let's clear up a few rumors about Scott's Welding. Scott and Karen Reddick did not sell the business to a foreign company. They still own the business. Scott did not lose the business in a poker game, even though he does like to play cards. Scott and Karen are not moving to Florida. However, they do like to travel. Here's the deal. Everybody you know is still working at Scott's Welding. They are the hardest workers in the business, and they are open for business. Scott's Welding. Look for the signs west of 10th and Patton Road, Great Bend. Trust me.
It's time to talk Great Bend High School football with head coach Erin Beck here on Sports Day.
Welcome back, Sports Day here on 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM. High school football week 3 getting underway tomorrow. Memorial Stadium in Great Bend. The Panthers taking on the Buhler Crusaders. And head coach Erin Beck joining us with your Chiefs shirt on. Very nicely done. Thank you.
Well, Webby, we need to get you some new colors. You got Buhler maroon / Hayes maroon on. We need to get you some Panther gear. I'm not sure about this.
Duly noted. Duly noted. Okay. Also with us, he's got Skyline Thunderbird blue on today.
No, he's just repping his Great Bend Rec. He's
it's
umpire, referee. He does it all. At the
Man,
Recs.
also I appreciate you doing that, Skyler. Welcome into the studio and the Sports Day today.
Thank you.
Okay, Hayes High on Friday night. Thing kind of got away from you early in that one.
Yeah, they're a team that they have the ability to do that with those guys in the backfield and really up front, both on their offensive line and defensive line. They gave us a lot of trouble. Going into that thing, you really felt we were going to be able to run the football and liked what we did in that second half versus Mac. But with their front four, they quickly took it away from us, and their linebackers were able to run pretty free against our run game, and that caused some issues. And then when you're able to play, 4 over the top with linebackers dropping underneath, they take some things away. So credit to Hayes. They got a good football team, and their running back and quarterback lived up to some of the hype and kind of got us early. But, it's one of those games that I told our kids after that thing, you look back and, you never like to play this game with the opponents you're playing.
Right.
But, Mac's a top 5 team in the state, 4A, and, Hayes, I think, bumped up to number 4 and 5A. So those are 2 really good football teams. And we knew coming into this thing, if we could get past those ones and still be standing, we like where we're at, and our kids are still plugging away. And coming to practice, I thought this week we had a really good one the last couple of days. So geared up and ready to go for Friday.
That's the thing, man. You're playing those good teams, and maybe if there's a breakdown someplace or maybe a missed read, maybe it turns into a 7 or 8 yard gain. But man, you've been playing these teams the last couple of weeks, man. You make one of those mistakes, man, they take it to the house on you.
Yeah, they got some home run hitters. Both teams do, and Hayes has got a couple of them back there with their Q and their running back. So that's something we've talked about, that one missed assignment, one missed tackle, and it changes the scoreboard pretty quick. So that's something we gotta continue to work on and get guys to the football and making sure we're in great position. And it all starts over here with Skyler at that free safety spot, making sure that he's kind of the back end of that defense.
Did you like the way your kids fought after getting in that big hole?
Yeah, I thought our kids came out very excited to play that football game, and it like you said, it happened quick, but there's no quit in them. They want to compete. They want to do everything they can, and I thought second half we tightened down defensively, and to only give up 33 days is actually pretty good. The way they can light it up on the offensive end. So and then to go drive and put one in towards the end, that was nice to see as well. They
got something from Manhattan, you think, Erin?
I don't know. That'll be a game. That'll be a good game, because I know Manhattan. You saw what they did to Derby week 1. And, I think they're pretty excited about their team. But Hayes is pretty good up front. They can match up with I feel anyone. It'll be a good test for them to see where they're at.
Erin Beck in with us in studio. Also Skyler McMullen in studio as well, senior defensive back for the Panthers. What's it like to be in that locker room before you take on your hated rival? And what's the entire week like when it's Hayes week?
Oh man, it's the best feeling having the rival game. We always are hype in practice, getting ready. Man, we really tried to get ready for that game, and they really hit us hard with that first run, which was a tough loss. And then I just felt we started to kind of look for the run more, and they got us on that pass, and that really destroyed us. But getting ready for Hayes, going against a rival, that was just a good feeling in the locker room, getting hyped before the game. It was great.
How many football games do you think you've played against Hayes in your career? Going all the way back, maybe when you're in third grade, I don't know.
Man, it's probably like 8, 9.
Yeah.
A lot of games.
You know a lot of those guys on the other side of the ball?
Oh, yeah. I know a few of them. I've seen a few of them around. We know them pretty well.
Do you wave?
No.
Okay, that's what I want.
None of that going on in a rivalry game.
Talk about the defense. And, you know, you took two heavy hitters on offense, Mack and then Hayes High. Maybe despite, you know, maybe what the score would say, do you think the unit as a whole has learned a lot here, especially some young players on that side of the ball?
Oh, yeah. I think after the first 2 games that we had, they were good learning, and they were, of course, hard games. And I think we're confident with this one. We were really focused on the run against Hayes, and against Mack, it was both those sides. And this Bueller, they do both. They got like a 50-50 run pass. I think we could do pretty good against them.
Okay, and Erin, you've done a great job bringing different position groups in here, right? So I can ask my deal. We had a quarterback, then we had a linebacker, offensive lineman. So we can talk about, you know, some of the things you're looking at, say the huddle breaks, and at your safety position, what are you checking out first?
Well, in our defense, we're looking for how many receivers are on each side. If we're looking for like a 3-by-1 or a 2-by-2, and then I'm also looking at what they got in the backfield. If they have 2 backs or if it's double tight, you want to look at that stuff.
So say they got trips on one side, are you going to shade that way, or what's your responsibility?
Yeah, we want to shade that way mostly and play over top, and then have a flat player down there.
When does your responsibility go from pass to run? I mean, that's one of the toughies back there at safety. You know, they're always talking, get that safety to bite, get that safety to bite. How do you not bite if you're not supposed to bite?
It's pretty hard not to bite, but you want to look. It's all in the guards. The guards will take you to the ball. If they pass drop, it's easy to tell. If they're pulling you, that's just where the ball's going. And that's the thing against Hayes, where they would pull and they would go the other way, so it would make us go that way.
Oh boy, that's tough.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that last week a little bit with Matthew in here.
Yeah,
and just talking about some of the read stuff they do, and then, you know, they'll pull and throw it too. So yeah, so it makes it tough on Skyler, and that's one thing he has to know too, is what cover he's in. You know, whether it's a cover 3 where he can be a little more aggressive, whether it's, you know, a man free or a cover 2. You know, that's something that as a safety you always got to be aware of.
From the film you've watched and your preparation for this game tomorrow night, Skyler, what are some of the things that you've seen from Bueller that you'll have to be ready for tomorrow night?
The way that quarterback throws the ball, I know he can throw it deep. He can throw it. The connection with his receiver when he's throwing that stop route is pretty good, and I know we got to play on that. And that number 22, he's a really good receiver. So we're going to be looking at the pass a lot and ready for the run too.
This is a big game for you guys, man. You can get this one under your belt, and then that kind of opens the door up a little bit to some opportunity down the road, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. If we just pull it through, if we get one of them, we're gonna go for more.
What's the mood in practice this week like?
We're hyped. We're ready for this 0-2 team. We've had 2 tough games. We're ready to win one.
Okay, Erin, that's what you said to what you've seen, and on what I asked Skyler, what you're looking at with Bueller offensively and defensively.
Yeah, you know, Bueller's a tradition, power run type of team. You know, they've made a lot of deep runs in the 4A playoffs, and you know, I think they've been Mack's arch nemesis, it feels like, the last several years. And Coach Warner does a great job. I mean, he's pretty legendary with what he's done in there and the other places he's been. They did graduate a lot. They're a little young. I know they're a little banged up front. Hopefully that's something that bodes well for our D-line. I know guys like Dion and Kern are really excited to hopefully get after an O-line and not feel so undersized like they've been the last couple weeks. Yeah. So that'll be key. You know, it always starts up front. And their little tailback, he's not very big, but he runs hard. He is a tough runner. He's obviously he's not quite as talented as the Elliott kid that they graduated last year, but I bet pound for pound and the way he wants to try to run over people, he's every bit as tough. So that'll be key. And then their quarterback, I think he's the quarterback from last year's little brother.
Okay.
So he throws it well. He'll throw it up. That's something that our DBs have been working on this week to hopefully ball hawk that thing, and hopefully we can create some of those turnovers and stuff that we need as a team to help get that momentum that we've been kind of lacking as far as, you know, some turnovers, some big plays. So it'll be a battle. They'll be ready. I know this much. They're 0-2 for the first time in a long time. Bueller is. So they're going to come in very focused, very ready to go to get off this thing. So our kids are going to have to be prepared, and coaches are going to have to be prepared, and we're excited for the opportunity.
Besides, of course, scoring more points, but maybe an area that you're really zeroed in that's going to be a big, something big to watch for your team to get a W tomorrow.
Yeah, it's offensively, it's got to be to not have some of those zero plays, those negative plays that really put you off schedule. That's something that we've struggled with the first couple weeks. I mean, obviously, a good defense will take that away from you, but when they're presenting some issues as far as coming after you with the blitz game, because they do a lot of stunting, a lot of blitzing, and our quarterbacks and O-line have got to be prepared for that. So we got to protect our quarterback. That's got to be key number one against this type of defense. And then defensively, it's just not giving up the big plays. That's something that have kind of changed the game a little bit here and there, and it feels like it's been early. So we can't get behind the 8 ball versus Bueller tomorrow night defensively.
Skyler, you're headed in. I asked you how many times you played Hayes. You said, 7, 8, 9. I don't remember. You played football for a while. Has it kind of sunk in yet, man? You're on the home stretch here at GBHS.
I know it's the last year. That's why I got to put my all in it so we can take a dub.
Okay, we'll go get one tomorrow night. That would be awesome to see you guys celebrating. Erin, thanks for bringing the guys in. This has been really fun talking to the players and talking to you about Panther football. Good luck tomorrow night. Let's go get a W.
All right, thanks, Webby. I'm glad you had us in, and next week we'll try to find you a Panther pole.
I will not wear black and gold next week, okay? I know to check my Thursday wardrobe. This is Maroon Webster here today on Sports Day. Coming up, Kyle Bright will talk some Macksville Mustang football for you here on Sports Day, 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
From the Mayo Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB, Great Bend, and 95.5 FM K238CK, Hoisington.
If you need physical therapy, consider Advanced Therapy in Great Bend and Progressive Therapy in Larned and Hayes.
Hello, this is Austin Alford. I'd like to introduce to you today one of the most popular pieces of equipment we have to train core strength, shoulder stability, core stability, and even to improve balance. Come check out the core sticks for yourself at Progressive Physical Therapy Center in Hayes.
You don't need to hurt. Physical therapy can help. Call Advanced or Progressive Therapy and Sports Medicine to explore your treatment options and get your life back.
Looking for a new career? Tired of the same old job? Sutherland's in Great Bend looking for knowledgeable and motivated people to join their team. If you like the idea of working in a home improvement store, have a positive attitude, are dependable, and available to work weekends, then Sutherland's is for you. Sutherland's an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free workplace. Apply in person at Sutherland's, West 10th, Great Bend, helping America build it better since 1917.
The Barton County Sheriff and Great Bend Police Department announced a public auction of forfeited and abandoned vehicles, including a 2016 Mercedes C-Class, 2009 Ford Edge, 2014 F-150, 2011 Mustang, 97 GMC Sierra, 96 Firebird, 2000 Blazer 4-wheel drive, and more, plus surplus tools, office furniture, shelving, and lots more. Auction is Thursday, September 15th at 4 p.m. at the Sheriff's Gun Range just east of Barton College on Juco Road. Don't miss the Barton County Sheriff and Great Bend Police Forfeiture Sale.
It's Katie from Harper Camperland. New models and floor plans are rolling in every day, so now's the time to come take a look before they're gone. Harper Camperland is your premier dealer for Grand Design, Jayco, and Cherokee with the largest inventory in the state. Even better, we'll be there for you after the sale with our award-winning customer service, with 2 locations to serve you better, in Great Bend and Park City. And don't forget to visit us online at hclrv.com.
Follow your dream to Harper Camperland.
Now, in its second decade, it's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Sports Day here on 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM. Time to talk a little Macksville Mustang football with the head coach of the Mustangs, Kyle Bright, in his 3rd season leading the team. Joining us today, Coach. Appreciate you stepping away from class and give a pat on the back to the assist who's watching the room right now. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Well, it's great to have you on here today. Pretty good start for your ball club, off to a 2-0 start, picking up a 60-12 win over St. John and a 42-12 win over Central Plains in Claflin last week. You get Kinsley this week, but talk about going into this season. You had a playoff win last year, so had to feel pretty good about the nucleus you had coming back. In fact, you're still a young football team, but good start so far.
Right. Last year we started off so slow, and then we kind of got the ball rolling in the right direction week 4, and then we rattled off 5 out of 6, and we got that playoff win, and then we were very confident going into our second playoff game, which we lost, and I think that kind of left a bad taste in our mouths, and we've kind of used that to kind of springboard us ahead here, and we're off to a decent start right now, and and we just got to take it one game at a time, and hopefully we can keep getting 1 week, 1 win.
Yep, that would be. And in fact, you beat Medicine Lodge so bad you sent him back to 11-man.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, 64-30 got that playoff win. So, what's impressed you about this young group so far through the first 2 weeks?
Well, they've been very eager to learn, and I'll be quite honest with you, this might be the closest knit group that we've ever had. I mean, this group of guys, they hang out together, they live together. I mean, and that really helps because they know that they can lean on each other, and with that kind of trust and with that bond, that really makes us a better team. So that's what I'm really liking about this team.
And very athletic. I saw that. I didn't get to see you play football last year, but certainly saw the Mustang basketball team and some of those young kids that are now playing football as well. You've got an athletic bunch over there right now.
Right. Yeah. We have our starting tailback is a sophomore. Our utility back is a junior. 2 of our 3 offensive linemen are underclassmen. I mean, and then we have another sophomore that starts on defense for us. So yeah, we get a lot of contributions from our underclassmen, and hopefully that also bodes well for the future. I mean, and they all do a very nice job of doing their own role. So it's been a good thing for us.
Ryan Kunkelman, back, 6'5" senior. Talk about Ryan's play so far, and is he healthy right now?
Ryan's healthy, and we are very, very fortunate to have it that way. I mean, he's listed at 6'5", but quite honestly, I think he might be 6'6" now. But,
yeah.
But I'm not sure. He's been very fair. Like, he's our rock. He's our guy that we know we will always get a great effort from him no matter what. He's our team leader, and when we need to play, that's the guys that we go to, and he does a good job of making things happen for us. So yeah, I mean, he's our guy for sure.
Does that give you comfort, Kyle, when you know that your team's being led by a coach's kid?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. He's a guy. He's been our starting quarterback. This is his 4th year, so I mean,
yeah,
he hasn't played high school ball without being a team leader, and with that experience comes a wealth of knowledge for him, and he's doing a good job of helping those other guys along. So yeah, this has been awesome.
You got another senior on this club that he's got the perfect football game or football name. Tell me about Lance Lickus.
Lance Lickus, yeah. Lance he is one of the hardest working kids that we have. Lance is a hard-nosed kid that he will do whatever I ask him to do. And he's just one of those kids that you love to coach because you know that he's going to be there, and he's going to do a great job of leading by example. He is a very dependable kid for us.
Kyle Bright with us here on the team, and your sophomore, you mentioned him, Hector Gomez. You had, stats for the first 2 games, and you're only playing, 2 quarters are kind of hard to check out sometimes. But man, he's been pretty impressive, averaging almost 11 yards per carry. Does a lot of different things for you. Tell me about your sophomore, Hector.
Yeah, Hector is perhaps one of the most explosive halfbacks that we've had in quite a while. Hector's a kid that it feels like every carry, if he gets a little bit of open space, that he could break it. He's fast, he's quick, and he sees the field very, very good. And not only that, he is very strong for his size. So, and that also helps him. And I am looking forward to having him for the next 2 years too. So yeah, he's a great kid for us too.
Talk about you guys up front on offense and defense, Kyle.
Offensively up front, the captain of our offensive line is Mr. Gustavo Portillo. He's a 6'1", 250-pound senior. He's been a starter for us for 2 years. And then we have a couple of underclassmen with him, Herbe Triana, who brings a hard-nosed aspect to the game. And then our right guard is a sophomore, James Granger, who's 6'5", so he almost looks Ryan in the eye. And so he's a kid that I think has a very high upside too. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Portillo also plays nose guard, and then our two DNs are Ryan Kuckelman and James Granger. So we are 6'6" and 6'5" at defensive end, which helps us with all that length is a great thing for us up there.
Okay, Mustangs taking on Kinsley. Coach, you beat this team last year 30-22. It's kind of hard to tell about them. They got blown out by Victoria in the first week. They may have been missing some players. I'm not sure. And then came back and picked up an easy win last week. You know all about this Kinsley team. What do you think tomorrow night?
You know, they did have a couple kids out week one. They are a team that is very well coached, and they do play very, very hard. And a lot of their kids have been starters since they were freshmen, and this is just their junior year. So that junior class for them was very, very talented coming up through the ranks there, and they're going to play hard, and they are going to play very fast. And they have a great quarterback, a really good tailback, and one of their offensive linemen, I believe, his name's Caden Arnsman, is possibly the best offensive lineman in our league. So they are definitely going to be a good challenge for us, and that'll be a great measuring stick for us just to kind of see where we're at. So it'll be a fun game.
Yeah, and Kinsley, it's kind of neat to see them because they went through a long period of time without having a lot of success in football, and in the last couple of years they're starting to get it back, and it takes a long time to turn that around. But I imagine it's a different Kinsley team than what probably a lot of Macksville people and people in this area are used to seeing.
Oh, absolutely. This junior class that they have is the one that town over there has been so excited about for the last 8 years. But they've had to be patient with them just to finally get up there, and then they have learned a lot these last 2 years, and I expect them to be very, very dangerous, if not this year, next year for the Division II. So I think they're going to be very talented.
Well, it's going to be an exciting night in Macksville tomorrow night. Kinsley just coming down, making the short trip over as you get set for this game. Coach, talk about your district this season, what you're going to be competing in here as we go along through the rest of the season.
Our district actually, at the beginning of the year, I just felt like there were 3 of those teams that any one of us could win it. And that would be us, Lacrosse, and Joaquin Trigo. And all 3 of us are pretty good teams, and it'll be a very tough district. I mean, for us, because we played we play in the week 1 district versus Joaquin Trigo, and then week three district is Lacrosse. So 2 of our tougher games that matter the most are early on, but that's always good to attack a challenge head on, and hopefully some good things will come of that. So,
you didn't play Trigo last year, did you, or did you?
No, we did not.
Yeah,
they were
okay.
in a
Yeah, I don't. Maybe the first meeting ever. I'm not sure, but yeah.
I think I've ever played Trigo.
Well, I was going to say we'll go back in the Macksville archives and dig it up. But yeah, you got Kinsley, and then you're home for Trigo, and then Nest City, La Crosse, Skyline, and Kiowa County. And then, of course, the Week 9 matchup. It'll hopefully propel you on through the postseason. Kyle Bright, head coach of the Macksville Mustangs, with us here on Sports Day for a few more minutes. Kyle, what's it like coaching in your hometown?
You know, and a lot of people would think that, but quite honestly, for me, it's been a great thing. I've had a lot of people in my corner. I've gotten a lot of support from our admin, from our AD. So it's been great for me. It's been a great experience, and I look forward to hopefully doing it for a while longer. And it's been fun.
Do you refer to Jeff as Mr. Kuckelman?
Yes, I do. Actually, Coach Cuckman, because he was my basketball.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, you guys. Well, very good. And well, when did you know you wanted to become a head coach?
Well, I wasn't really sure when I first started college, but then I got connected with a very intelligent, a very down-to-earth academic advisor, and he kind of led me down this path, and it's been running ever since. So I was very lucky to have that guy. So probably for about, I don't know, however long that's been ago. So.
Well, very good, and I guess Macksville fans will be rolling over to Kinsley, not vice versa, as you'll be playing that game in Kinsley tomorrow night. Yeah. Kyle, thanks a bunch for joining us. Good luck, and hopefully we'll talk to you later on down the road this season.
Thank you. I do appreciate it very much. Thank you, guys.
All right, that is Kyle Bright, Macksville Mustangs, Kinsley Coyotes tomorrow night in Kinsley. Big game, Kinsley 1-1, Macksville with a record of 2-0. On the prowl, Mike Corson coming up next. He'll be talking with high school soccer with Chuy Lorera, head coach of the Great Bend Panthers. That's next.
Hey, you want to hear some good news? Venture Corporation is still hiring for laborers, flaggers, equipment operators, CDL A and B drivers, and mechanics. And if you're ready to make some money, call Leslie at Venture. Thought about getting your CDL? Venture will train the right candidate. Higher starting wages, on-the-job training, excellent benefits, and you get paid for traveling throughout the state. Venture Corporation on South Highway 281 in Great Bend is an equal opportunity employer. Venture Corporation, homegrown, family-owned. When you need to get rid of the pain, you want the best. You need to see Dr. Dan Quillen at Catalyst Therapy and Sports Rehab. Dr. Dan is Barton County's only board-certified clinical specialist in orthopedic physical therapy. No matter your age, when it hurts, he will help. Call Dan at 620-282-4825. That's 282-4825. Excellence-driven, unrivaled results. Catalyst Therapy and Sports Rehab. Inside the Fieldhouse at 9th and Madison in Great Bend.
It's time for some straight talk. Sure, saving money feels good, but cutting your wireless bill in half, that feels really good. Like walk-off home run in the 9th inning kind of good. Okay, maybe not that good, but pretty darn good. With Straight Talk, you can get 25 gigs of high-speed data for $45 a month, up to 50% less than the other guys. Plus, no contract. All America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot when you could pay half? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
I said chantilly lace and eggshell, not matte.
Colby's interior design consultancy is floored with new clients.
Wait, what am I looking at here? This looks like plaid.
They need an admin with an eye for design and a knack for numbers.
Okay, hey, look, take a look at this. Do those numbers look right?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Screen for quality candidates with the skills your role needs with Indeed assessments. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Sports Day presents On the Prowl with Mike Corson, an inside look at all the sports taking place at Great Bend High School.
And welcome back to Sports Day, 1590 KVGB, 95.5 FM. Mike Corson, today joined by Great Bend varsity soccer coach Chuy Lorera. Been a busy couple of weeks for you guys.
Yeah, it's been a busy start to the season. We're 4 games in.
So, yeah, let's kind of go back from that. We haven't talked to you really about the results. So, starting the Titan Classic down in Wichita Northwest, a 6-2 loss.
Yes.
First real game of the season, you guys got rained out. So, just kind of the first game jitters there?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. But I think, really not to take anything away from there, they were a strong team. They were well organized, and they came out fast. And it just took us a little bit too long to adjust to the speed of the game. I think they were 3 games into their season by the time we played our first one there. So maybe that may have helped them a little bit also. But no, it was a good learning experience that we got to start off fast and stay fast and be consistent throughout the whole game.
But you guys do come right back, beat Wichita North 7-2. The Alexes in the scoring book for you.
Yeah, 7 goals. It was Wichita South. And, we have 3 Alexes on the team, and all 3 of them got a goal. I think one of them got 2 goals, and then Joel and Diego Pasos got a goal. So we got 7 goals out of 5 guys. So it's good to get that many guys on the score sheet.
And then, unfortunately, you guys closed the tournament against Mays, another 6-1 loss. Just kind of glad to get out of town at that point.
But again, good learning experience. They were a senior-heavy team. We're starting 3 freshmen plus a sprinkle of sophomores, so we're young. But it's not that. If you watch film, of course, the scoreboard it says 6-1. But if you watch film, it's just inexperienced pieces where we're still young and we still got to learn.
And you had said inexperienced, so first games of the season, these are these guys' sometimes first or maybe second varsity seasons. Where if a senior's first game, he's been playing for 2 to 3 years. Is that going to be less impactful, hopefully, down the stretch?
I think so. I think the more reps these young kids get, and the more they can adjust to the speed of the game, really. Because everything that they were doing last year in middle school for those freshmen, all of a sudden they're asked to do the same thing against players that are taller, faster, stronger. And so it's just going to be, again, it's the attributes that we're not going to have the advantage over. If they're faster and stronger, we just have to play a little bit. We got to clean up our technique and just adjust our tactic a little bit just to put us in a position to compete against those more experienced players.
Great Bend soccer coach Chuy Lorera. Guys opened up WAC play this week with a 6-1 loss, 2-0 at half. Just is that a thing where maybe that the extra strength of those guys being a little older carries over the extra minutes?
I think so. As the game progresses, you want to learn how to maintain control of the game, control the tempo, make sure that you have the bulk of the possession and positioning. And that's something that we're still learning right now is positioning. So, you don't want to lose games, but as long as you can learn from them, that's the best outcome you can have. And these kids they're learning, they're clawing, they're fighting throughout the whole game. So it's not an effort thing. These kids are busting their butt, and it's just, we got to get a little smarter, and we will with time and reps.
And then what do you know? Your first game gets rained out at home. You guys return home tonight to play Mays South. What are we looking at, 40% rain?
Yeah, well, luckily we got an AD he himself has mentioned he's seen it all in his 19 years in the position that he's in. So he's seen rain delays. He's seen everything that the weather has to offer here. And so along with his experience plus what we saw last Thursday, where we may not hesitate too much to play the varsity first if we have to and kick them off at 5, and hopefully we can get that game out of the way and get a JV game in as well.
And we'll throw out some times in just a second, but wanted to mention your mom, custodian at Great Bend High School. She got some recognition from the Board of Education this week.
Yeah, the Rose Award, which was a big deal for her. In the school district and the high school, they've always done a really good job of letting her know that they value her and everything that she does for them. So she knows that she's appreciated and that they love everything that she has to contribute. And so it's still nice to just add that little bit extra and give her some district recognition as well.
And I live pretty close to the high school, so I saw that giant convoy when they were over there, and everyone seemed to be very pleased with the accommodations. And then the school comes out and says, no, the custodians were really behind all that. So congratulations to her. Chuy Lorera, the boys are 1-3 tonight at home, Mays South. Varsity tentatively scheduled for 6:30, JV at 5, but we'll see what the rain's going to do.
Yeah, we'll see. So, we're excited to get another game in and see what the weather does, and we'll adjust and we'll go.
Get out to the Cav and watch them. Good luck, Panthers. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
More Sports Day after this.
This is Barton Community College Athletic Director Trevor Rolfs. The Barton Athletic Department is proud to sponsor Sports Day on KVGB, a show that showcases all of our high school student athletes in central Kansas, some whom will continue their educational and athletic future with us here at Barton. We're excited about the fall sports season that is now underway. and invite you to attend a game or a match and experience the rich tradition of Cougar athletics. For complete schedules and results, visit bartonsports.com.
If you're not filling with Cenex Premium Diesel, then you're not giving your fuel system the premium treatment. Cenex Roadmaster XL comes with a more complete additive package for a more complete burn, while restoring your power by up to 4.5% and your fuel economy by up to 5%. Typical number 2 diesel? I guess it covers the basics. Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Contact the Great Bend Co-op Fuel Department, your certified Cenex distributor today.
Nerds! Dreaming of adventure beyond your backyard? NerdWallet can help you compare and find the smartest credit cards to get there. Use NerdWallet to compare travel cards with bonus miles to go from working from home to relaxing far, far away. Then use NerdWallet to compare cashback cards and turn everyday purchases into a beachside cabana big enough for the whole family.
Or sand for the third tower.
She's the only boss you'll be answering to this week. Nice castle. Compare your way there. Find the smartest financial products for you on NerdWallet.
It's bedtime at the home of SiriusXM, but Conan O'Brien is still awake.
Turns out you don't need a car to listen to SiriusXM. You can listen to the app anywhere, in your room, by the pool, at the
And
laundromat.
Brad Paisley just really needs his beauty sleep.
Conan, I just really need my beauty sleep. Maybe really expensive boat, like a yacht.
The waves could rock you gently to sleep.
Don't encourage him, guy.
Sorry. Night-night. Everything you want to hear lives here on SiriusXM. Get the SiriusXM app now.
Fine. Welcome back. Sports Day here on 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM. Steve Webster along with Dr. Doom today as the Chiefs get set to take on the Chargers tonight.
If you're on YouTube, the Chiefs' finger is not for me. Right?
No, it's not. It is the number one.
It is a number one, but index finger.
Look, this is a statement game. It really is.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, just like I explained before, Kansas City, are they the same as they were last year? Or are they worse? Are they better?
I think in the long run they will be better offensively because Patrick Mahomes will have more people to choose from.
Well, I'm looking more on the defensive side of the football. They need to put pressure on Herbert tonight. He's a big guy. If you get to him, it's not necessary. You better grab him and drag him down. But they don't have Keenan Allen tonight. That helps a little bit. And the Chiefs are really young in the secondary. Let's see how it's going to go.
That's
tonight.
my issue is how young they are. And then they lost the one gentleman is out for 4 or 5 weeks, right? They just signed.
Yeah, and he
had a great game.
Yeah. And then on that rotten turf down there in Arizona,
he
pulls a hamstring.
They need Furious George to step up tonight. Karloftis?
Yeah.
That's his nickname.
He's looked pretty good so far. Yeah. But again, you get into these games, the coaches, staff, the teams know each other so well. Who they're going to start picking on, I read pressure on Herbert tonight, same way. If the Chargers, it's an easy game. Just put pressure on the other team's quarterback, and you're going to have a chance to do a lot of wonderful things.
I read where Andy Reid was actually scheming for this during OTAs. So it's something he does quite often is use the OTAs to look at the first or second game because, especially when it's a short week, they don't have a lot of time to prepare, but they've already been preparing.
Oh, I'm sure we'll see some new wrinkles tonight. Unfortunately, many of them will come when the Chiefs get inside the red zone. Just for one time, you get down to the 1 yard line and it's 1st and goal, just try handing it off a couple times. That's a pretty good play. You hand the ball off.
It did not help the Broncos last week. They fumbled twice inside the 1.
So we will go back and revert. We will run a triple reverse throwback pass to the quarterback on 1st and goal from the 1.
Yes. And it's run the other way for a touchdown, and then you're questioning yourself.
Or it doesn't go in, and eventually you don't score. See?
Okay.
I call you Dr. Doom, but we're just like two Doom brothers. The Doom brothers. Yeah.
Ooh, we have a new nickname.
Yeah, I won't even get to watch it, not because I don't have football tonight, man. We're working tonight.
104.3 The Point.
Tomorrow's show, Chet Copeland. Make sure you write down a lot of questions for Chet.
Yeah, it takes me a lot of time to do Chet. Woo.
And we'll also be talking Ellenwood High School volleyball, Great Bend High School tennis, right here on Sports Day. 1590 KVGB, 95.5 FM. Go Chiefs.